Hi there. Thank you so much for downloading the Rapid Occupancy Growth Cheat Sheet. I'm about to run you through the express version of this cheat sheet. We've recorded two videos, one where I go through in a little bit more detail and walk you through the cheat sheet. This is for you guys that are a little bit more advanced and just need that little bit of an overview of what I'm all about here. So today it's the 3 levers that you can pull immediately after getting off this walkthrough video and implement into your business straight away and see an improvement in your occupancy is the goal. So the number one focus that we find with hoteliers is that all they want to do is fill the hotel. They want bums in beds. Occupancy is your number one focus and your number one priority. And we get that. We run businesses ourselves and we know that without occupancy, everything else begins to struggle. So we get that fixed first. But what has changed in the occupancy space, where once upon a time, you used to rely on old habits, old traditional hospitality perhaps, that would breed loyalty and keep customers coming back. Well, the game has changed, as I'm sure you're experiencing. And I've got a diagram here that I came across on Google one day of Basil Fawlty, of course, from Fawlty Towers, the famous sitcom, struggling with the same struggles that you're struggling with, I'm assuming, every day, where the online space is really having an impact on the performance of your business. And unless you're keeping up with this, you're going to continue to struggle. It's not going to go back to the old way. So we have to shift. So today is about making those 3 key shifts that we think will make a difference in the online space, because you're probably losing regulars. You're probably seeing additional room stock coming into the marketplace. I'm sure you're having struggles with technology, not only seeing, working it out yourself, but possibly seeing your competitors do really well with it as well. And you're going, well, how are they doing it? I just don't know where to start. And the final one is obviously that online competition. And that's what Basil's struggling with there. He's provided the service. He's looked after his clientele, but for seemingly no reason at all, they've just booked somewhere else. And not only if they're booked somewhere else, even if they've booked their hotel online, he's struggling with that, I'm paying commissions as well. So I hope you resonate with that little picture there that I found quite amusing, but I'm here today to try and fix that for you. Because what it comes down to when we're trying to drive occupancy, it's all about your online visibility, because 85% of all travel booking is conducted online these days. 85%, 85 out of 100 travel bookers will go to the web to start to research and potentially make a direct booking via online when they're out there looking for accommodation deals. And more so than that, not only do 85% of them go online to search, they will actually just search multiple websites. Anywhere from 22 to 38 different websites is the journey that most travel bookers go through before making a booking decision. So somehow you've got to be there and be found, but then you've also got to stop them from looking somewhere else so you can garner that travel booking. So there's a fair bit in this. But these 3 hacks we think will do a lot of the heavy lifting to get you on the right path if you're not already on this path. So the 3 tips are, number 1, all around Google Maps or Google local search. You want to be optimizing your local search results. And I focus on Google here because Google's such a big player. 3.5 billion search queries every day they experience. That equates to 71% of all online search. So if we aren't trying to, optimize your business within the eyes of Google, well, then we're not doing your business any justice. We just have to be there. The maths tells us that we have to be there within Google for not only online search, but specifically within Google. They are too big to ignore. But a little bit of architecture around how Google operates. When somebody does a search query for, say Sydney accommodation or capital city accommodation, whatever the search query is, a first page of search results appears. There's actually numerous pages, but not many people go beyond that first page. So it's important to understand, well, what's happening on that first page and how do I start to try and appear there? At the top you have Google AdWords results, which is paid advertising. And sure, you can have a play in that space. Gets really expensive because the big players like Booking.com and What If spend big budgets in that area, so it's really hard to compete. But I guess the good news is that only 20% of people actually click on ads, because as consumers, if we know something's an ad, we tend to distrust it. So that leaves the rest of the page to what we would term organic search results. And 80% of people are more than happy to click in that area because it's a more trusted result. And so The hack today is about how do we try to appear here without having to spend money up there, but not just appear anywhere in the organic search results. I mean, there's search engine optimization, a whole stack of stuff we can do, but I'm trying to, I guess, hotwire your Google search results and try and get you to appear in what we call here a Google local search result. It used to be called Google Hotel Finder, and they keep morphing it a bit, but it's basically a Google local search result. And I want to try and get you into that 3-pack of search results right there. And how we do that is by making sure you appear, your business appears on Google Maps. And anyone can do this. Anyone can go to Google Maps and look for their business, and if they're not there, populate their profile and get themselves on there. The process has to be authenticated. Google will actually send you a physical postcard in the mail to place your business on there. You authenticate it, punch the code in when the postcard turns up, and from that you then have your business listed within Google, and you're a chance of starting to come up in that local search results there. But more importantly, it's not just dropping the pin and doing it, you've actually got to optimize your profile as well. So it's take ownership of that location, make sure you're putting some really good quality photos of your business on there, make sure you're putting some consistent information. So whatever information you have on your website and all other profiles you have on the web, make sure it's consistent to Google as well. And all this stuff starts to, I guess, help with a trustworthy search result in Google's eyes. So optimize the profile, make sure you put your website in there, and just do everything. It's very just follow your nose. All the steps are there. Just go through and fully populate that website. So that's hack number 1, optimize for Google Maps. Hack number 2 is all around Tripadvisor, and specifically Tripadvisor Engagement. I'm sure you're aware that Tripadvisor is a big player also. We know that Google's massive, but when it comes to consumer opinion, particularly in tourism and hospitality industry, Tripadvisor is the go-to opinion resource. It is so popular, 165,000 contributions every day, and we know that global travelers now rely on reviews predominantly to actually make their booking decisions. So we have to be in this space. And the tip is to not only be on there, but we need to optimize again and make sure our listing within Tripadvisor is well regarded and moves up in the rankings. And how that happens is through the Tripadvisor algorithm. To move up in the listing, so when somebody does a search query for your town within Tripadvisor, where can I stay in X capital city, it'll bring up a whole bunch of listings, and you want to be up the top because people just aren't going to scroll down and aren't going to go to the second page. So you want to be somewhere up the top. And what dictates that search result and where you rank is their algorithm. The 3 dominant factors that influence the Tripadvisor algorithm is 1, the quality of the scores you get. That's pretty easy to understand. If you've got high scores, lots of 4, 4.5, 5-star scorings from consumers, well then you're going to be up in the rankings. Quantity is just purely the sheer volume of reviews you have. The more people that review you, they see that as a meaningful metric that actually means that this place is popular and people actually do like it. And the final one is recency. So even if you've got high scores, even if you've got a lot of reviews, if you're not getting them consistently coming in, if your last review is 6 or 12 months old, you're actually going to start to slide down the ranking. So it's really important to not only be on Tripadvisor, which is the first tip, be on Tripadvisor and optimize your profile, but secondly, encourage reviews. And I don't mind whether you're doing that in room through maybe a little tent card or at reception upon checkout or on a post-stay email, that you're trying to encourage these guest reviews, well then you've got to be doing that to move up in the rankings. And once you get the reviews happening, you've got to be responsive to them. You've got to actually start to answer back and reply to the guests and make sure the next potential guest can actually see that there's engagement there as well. So that's highly important when it comes to your online visibility. The final hack is all around tourism website listings, and this relates to backlinks. I'm not a web guru. I'm not a web designer. I don't pretend to be an SEO expert, but I know enough to get me around. And I know that having backlinks is good, having quality backlinks is even better. I guess first of all, just to be sure we're all on the same page, backlinks is really just another website other than yours that has a link from their website to your website. But it's not just having a link that's good, it's having a link from a website that's highly trafficked and having a link from a website that's well regarded and related to your industry. All of that starts to help in the eyes of Google and Yahoo and all those things. When they do a search query, that's part of their algorithm. They go, oh, look, there's lots of backlinks to this site. There must be some relevance to the audience and the search query that they're putting in. So high quality backlinks are really important. Here's a tip on how you can get lots of backlinks, high quality, really fast. One easy action. The Australian Tourism Data Warehouse is a single national platform where you can populate a profile, much like we do in the other things, make sure that profile is consistent with everything else you're doing in the marketplace. One profile that then gets pushed out to multiple websites. Immediately gets pushed straight out to visitnewsouthwales.com if you're in New South Wales, australia.com for anywhere in Australia, and then 70 other tourism and distribution and directory style websites that are out there. So it's one platform and push it out there. And it's not about trying to have lots of spots where you potentially get inquiries from. Sure, you might get some leads coming back in from those listings. For me, it's more about the backlinks, the quality of the backlinks, and it's helping you get up in the search results and compete into that organic search results space. So there you have it. 3 tips how to optimize your online visibility, which ultimately is going to have an impact on your occupancy and start to drive some of those bookings back into your business. So it's Google Maps, making sure you're on there, making sure you're optimized. It's Tripadvisor, predominantly around engagement, getting those guest reviews and responding to the guest reviews, and finally around tourism backlinks. High quality backlinks, one platform, get that profile out there, and you'll start to see from those 3 things a rise in your online visibility, and then occupancy start to be driving up higher and higher, and hopefully back to a level where you once were or where you desire to be. We wish you well with your accommodation business. We love helping businesses maximize the potential of what they can do, and we're here to help every step of the way. We look forward to any future engagement we may have with you. Just want to take a moment to pause and for you and I to have a chat one-on-one and look at what we've been doing here at Hotel Rescue. What you've been seeing in amongst all our content really is just a small part of a much broader framework that we're working with here. That framework we call the 63-day Hotel Rescue Roadmap. And I want to introduce you to that right now. So I've got this sheet here, and we'll get this pulled up on the screen. But this roadmap here is a model that we've been working on for some time, and we believe is at a point now that it's ready for businesses like yours to jump into and really start to improve every facet of their business. But what I wanted you to focus on for a start is, where do you fit within our model? Where do you fit in the roadmap? And you just need to have a look at the symptoms on the left, the keys to success on the right, and you'll start to recognize that, yeah, I fit about there. And I think the important thing from that is, once you understand where you are now, you can also start to look at, well, where you'd like to be. And within this same model, you can actually recognize that. And the good news is that we've actually got a system, what we call a signature system, a course that we've designed that we deliver all our face-to-face coaching on, we deliver in an online capacity, and we've put that program together over time to actually help businesses just like yours improve and grow and maximize their potential. Now, perhaps you've just been watching some of our content that we have out there around online visibility, which we find is a really big issue for accommodation businesses. But online visibility is actually just one part of our 9-step framework, our 9-step signature system. And we actually call that one step ominous online visibility, but it only takes care of that one thing. There's another 8 facets that you need to focus on when it comes to the performance of your accommodation business. That obviously is the signature system and the 63-day framework that we work with. We call it 63 days because this is the 9 modules, and we believe you can actually work through those 9 modules over the 9 weeks. 7 days, 9 weeks, 63 days. If you're ready for it, if you're ready to move through it that quick, you can. Now, of course, you don't have to move that fast, but either way, we know by moving through the course, even if you're only putting 1 or 2 actions in place from each module, we know you're going to find improvement. So I really want you to take a closer look at that framework. And there's links on this page where you can do that from. Go and find out some more about our framework and see if it's a fit for you. We look forward to really working with you at some stage, of course. We're passionate about improving accommodation businesses, and it's what we've been bred to do. We've been working in this industry for years. We love it, and we'd love to be helping you. So take a look, see if it's a fit for you, and let's talk soon.